Have you ever had an Augusta Old Route 8? I know I never have. Now, this is my first bottle of it. I'm going to taste it and give you my thoughts. Plus, it's one of my buddy's picks. Let's go. Welcome back to Old Fashioned Ways Plus. I'm Doc Martinez, and today I'm going to review this bottle. Now, this bottle is a little bit special in the fact that it is my buddy Wade from Bourbon. It's his first barrel pick. Now, he went with an Augusta Old Route 8. I think that's pretty interesting. It is a Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey at 114 proof. I got bottle 49 out of 188 bottles. I opened it up on my live last night, and I did give a pour and shared some too. It looks nice and dark, but I promised him that I'd actually take the time to taste it and give an honest opinion on it. So that's what we're here to do today. The other thing I know is that the mash bill is 74% corn, 18% rye, and 8% malted barley. That's a good combination, making that with that high corn, making that tend to be a lot sweeter, which is what I did notice last night. On the bottle, you can also see that it is aged 8 years, and look at that. It's nice and dark for an 8-year age statement. In the glass, it also sticks to the glass nicely, which is what I noticed last night on the live as well. I am using Bourbon Hall's Glen, of course, because, you know, it's his pick. I figured, why not? He has these available online at his store. I will leave a link to that below if you're interested in picking up any of his merchandise. He's a great guy, and I think it's worth supporting him. It sticks to the glass fairly. It makes some legs. They run a little bit quickly. 8 years old, has a good, nice amber color to it, so it has a nice dark color. Let's go in for the aroma. Let's see that. On the nose, it comes across very sweet. The alcohol is not hitting you up front, and you know, as I said, it is a good proof. It's 114 proof, so you would think that the alcohol hits you more. Very sweet, very corn, a little bit like a butter popcorn kind of smell to it. Just more of a sweetness to it. Not getting a lot of oakiness or anything like that, but let's go in for the fun part. Let's go in for that first taste. Now, it does hit the tongue pretty nicely. There is a little bit of a spice to that. It's not very spicy, but at 114 proof, and that being my first drink, I'm gonna taste that, right? There's a lot of sweetness to this. One of the things I always look for is how well does it cover that tongue? It covers the front and the mid tongue very nicely with a little bit of the roof of my mouth already. I'm already getting some salivation going, even with my first drink. Let's go for that second drink. I always like looking at this one because this is where your tongue's a little bit acclimated. You're able to pull out more of those flavors. Oh yeah. A little bit of spiciness that I did not notice last night. A lot of sweetness. Very corn forward, and you can taste that sweetness from that corn. And last night I was asking what was the mash bill, and that's how we got that today. Good coverage of the tongue. Nice lingering taste. Getting a Kentucky hug right now. So just on those few sips, I'm already getting that. Every taste, you get a little bit more of that sweetness. And I'm actually starting to get a little bit of caramel in there. A little bit of tannic is starting to settle in that middle of my mouth. The roof of my mouth, the tongue is pretty much fully covered. And it's nice, and it stays there for a good amount of time. I'm still tasting it now. Let's go in for that finish. You have a small evolution there. You're going from that a little hint of spice to that sweetness of that corn. And then you get a little bit of sweetness that lingers towards the back, which is more like that sweet caramel. Almost a little bit like a burnt caramel with some tannic notes in the background. I like how long it's staying because I still have that flavor in my mouth. It's not going away very quickly. It's staying, and it's staying there for a good amount of time. At 8 years, 114 proof, I think it's a good proof point. I think they did a good job with this, and I think Wade did a hell of a selection with this one. Now, he did hand select this on 9/19/24. Right now, currently at me filming this, there are still bottles left, so I will leave a link to where you can actually, if you want to purchase one, to go purchase it. Now, I think it's $100 shipped, right? I think with the shipping, it ends up being about close to $100 shipped, and I think this is well worth that price. I'm enjoying this even more than I did last night, going through all the pours I had before I even got to this. But it is good pour. Yep. It's probably going to be my only pour of the day. I'm probably going to pour a little bit more in here, go watch some football, and enjoy the rest of my day. Wade, congratulations, buddy, on your first barrel. I'm looking forward to see what you have coming up in 2025. Can't wait to see what you pick. we talked about it. Hey, maybe we're going to do a collab, right? Do a collab and do a barrel pick. Good job, buddy. I like it. I think it's a solid pour. I think it's a good first pick. But thank you again for joining me on a journey down my whiskey rabbit hole. To our next journey, my friends. Cheers.